I want to show you some things about creating a school website within Wooster School Google Apps. And you can see I have here a Chrome browser window open. I have three tabs: my Gmail, my worcesternet.org calendar, and my Google Drive. And you'll notice that this area across the top of the screen stays consistent between the three of them in its aesthetics. The colors might change a little bit to fit with various themes. This little grid here is a way to get to other Google sites relatively quickly. So if I just had my email open, I could very easily get to my Drive, my calendar, all different areas of Google Apps, with even more down here, blogs if you have them, YouTube, which is also connected, and how you're watching this. So what I want to show you is sites. So I will click on sites, and that will open up a new tab with the Wooster School. It will start with my own sites that I have created on the Wooster School website. And that's always where it will bring you when you click on that site. And you see here it is again, that same top navigation bar. Here these apps reappear. So I have created different sites, or these are sites that are shared with me that I can get to. And what I want to show you is how to create a new site based on this one here, based on the basic Wooster teacher site. And then you can modify this to your needs, and I'll show you some of that in the course of this video. So I will click the Create button, and now I have some options here, and for a template I would like to browse the gallery. And I'm searching within Wooster School, and there's really only one template here, which is a basic Wooster teacher site. You may be watching this at a time when there's another one for lower school teachers, and if you're a lower school teacher, feel free to choose the lower school one. So I'm going to select the basic Wooster teacher site, and here you can see that I've selected that one. I'm going to name this site Video Demo. No, that's not what I'm going to name it. Video Demo, excuse me. Site location, this fills in automatically. I have already selected a theme, and I don't really need the more options right now, so I'm just going to create that website. And this, while it's thinking, it's setting up the various pages, it's going through into the template. And the way that we're doing these websites is to have each faculty member have their own basic website. So in that name, where I typed Video Demo, you would type Mr. Smith's websites, and you'll start to see those populate. And the reason we're doing that is so that parents and students can more easily find information about the teachers. So they don't need to know the name of the course when they start out looking, they just need to know the name of the teacher. Then when they hit your home page, they'll see this, and across these links here, instead of these generic first course or section page, it might say Humanities 10 B period, Humanities 10 E period, and Humanities 10 C period, or something like that. So you'll be able to edit what these say as we go along. So here's your home page. And I have included some basic suggestions, which is text that you should edit out when you're editing your site. To edit a page in these websites, it's always the same. It's right up here. It's this little pencil, which stands for Edit the Page. You can also just hit the E on your keyboard, and that will have the same effect. If we click up here, you'll see it's loading the editor, and then the screen changes slightly. We start to see boxes appear there. So now to sort of stay true to our idea here, I'll say Mr. Curley's websites, and then I can write some information about myself, some contact info, But what I want to do here is put in a news gadget, because current events are great, and anything that can get our kids reading the news, I think most of us agree, is probably good. So right in here, I just am going to insert a news gadget. So insert, and we can see here more gadgets, but there's lots of different things that we could insert here. I could put in a picture of myself. I could put in a link to another site. I could insert a table of contents of the website, a subpage listing of all the different pages of the website, a recent post. There's all sorts of different ways of looking at this. A calendar, you'll see this later on. I could put a specific document from my Google Drive on here. I could put a photo album from Google Plus on here, which is something I do recommend, and we can get to that at a later time. Maybe a map. If this is a geography class, that might be a handy thing to have, or certain videos if I want. But right now, I said I was looking for a news gadget, so here we go, a news element. I want to put in a Google News element, so I will select that one. And what this will let me do now is select what kind of news I would like to have. And because I'm a tech guy, I would like technology, and because I need anger in my life, I will do politics. I'm going to choose a leaderboard which is wide. And you can also, if you have specific searches you'd like to have, if you are teaching a specific class, U.S. history, or you can change that there with a simple search phrase. And I'm just going to say OK on that. And it just looks like this little gray box here while I'm in the edit window. But when I go up here and click Save, you will see after it saves, it should redraw my news element. It's not doing a very good job at that, but we'll give it some time. We'll come back to it later and see what it's done. Now I'm going to go to my first course page, and now I can see the various things that I've posted for my courses here. Within my first course page, I have a class calendar, I have announcements, and I have 3 different homework options, and I will explain those momentarily. So again, if I click the edit key, I'll be able to edit all of this text. So as I said before, if I edit this, it loads the editor in a matter of moments. And here I would change this to Demo Class 1. And I would say here is the page for Demo Class 1. It will contain a course description and lots of other things. And I will just delete this generic text for now. I'm going to leave this page listing here. And you'll see when I click Save, this header here, First Course Section Page, will switch to say Demo Class 1, because that's the title of this page. We'll give it a moment to catch up with itself. It's switched over here, but not here yet. We'll give it a break. It'll figure itself out, I believe. So now we'll look at, there it is. So now we're looking at the class calendar. I've included some links to Google Calendar Help right here. If you're not familiar with Google Calendar, you will probably get familiar with it. It's a great calendaring app. It allows you lots of flexibility. And one suggestion that we could try is making a class calendar. So I would go into my Google Calendar, which I can see here, and I have a sample one. Let me just turn off my other calendars. and they'll all disappear. Could leave the holidays on. And I have one that I misspelled and didn't bother to correct. And let's say that this week was going to be the history unit in this class, and it's for the calendar Klapasparopam. And I just create this event, and it gives me a nice green bar showing history unit here. So this could be, we could be helpful with giving due dates, things like that on here. So those are ways to do class calendars, and then here we could have that calendar be the one that shows up. Again, I will edit the page. And then I have this gadget. I'm going to click on this gadget, and a little box appears down here. And I will click the properties because I'd like to change the properties of which calendar is showing. I'm going to keep the all-school calendar because that's pretty convenient for students and faculty. But I would like to display another calendar. So what this is going to do now is go into my calendars and ask me which of all of these calendars that I have I would like to display. So I'm going to choose Class Prom and put that one on. I'm going to include this title just for my own embarrassment. And now when I click Save, again those changes will be saved, and we should see the unit that I just added show up on this calendar. Is it in the next month? Yes, there it is. It's red this time. So now we can see, here's my history unit coming right up next week. I'd better get ready for that. And the big test there. Oh, and summer reading showed up, so I must have added this earlier. So, this is one way to use a class calendar within the Google websites. And now let's go back to Demo Class 1. We'll wait for this, and then I'm just going to show you the announcements, and then in another video I will show you the homework options because that takes a little bit more work. The announcements page, now this is if you felt like adding a new page to your website, which you totally should do if you want to. It's going to ask you what kind of page template you want to use. And they have a few different ones, and the announcements one is quite versatile, I think. You can, basically this is just a way of posting quick announcements. It keeps the most recent announcement at the top, and so this is really handy for keeping students informed as to what's going on, posting relevant videos. You can put all kinds of things in posts in the announcements. So again, here we go with a new post. And this looks familiar. This looks like it's loading the editor again. And it's giving me the insertion point. So again, I have these, I have the same menus. I can change fonts if I want. All of these different things. Again, I can insert. So I could put in a YouTube video. I could put in a specific map of a specific place. Let's just go with one we all know here. There it is. It's even automatically filling it out. Drop a place mark. There we go. That's the map that I want. I want to zoom in a little bit. We'll select that one. If I had a map open in another tab, I could just put that map in and it would work. And we'll save that. We will just save that post, and we'll see that our location is in the first post. See if it loads my Google map here. We also have to go back out and see if the Google News gadget has loaded. This looks like it's about to load any millisecond now. There it is. Ironically, though it knows that I work at 91 Myrie Brook Road, it believes that it's a 2-minute walk for me to get to 91 Myrie Brook Road. So now let's go back out to the front of Mr. Curley's websites. Let's see if my news element has decided to function. It appears as though it has not, but we'll just keep our fingers crossed that another day that will work. And I thank you for watching the video. Up next will be the homework options 1, 2, and 3 for informing your students and your students' parents about what homework you're assigning in your class.